Most traders don't fail because of their strategy. They fail because of the hidden obstacles they overlook, the ones that quietly keep them spinning their wheels. In today's episode, I'm joined by Jermaine Magruder, the Strat Soldier, to uncover the biggest roadblocks holding traders back from real progress. This conversation is your chance to spot the blind spots and start moving forward. You are listening to the Confidence in Trading podcast. I am your host, Agnieszka Wood, a trading mindset coach and a seasoned day trader with over a decade of experience. If you are new to my show, don't forget to subscribe so you can come back for the next episode. In this podcast, we explore the fascinating world of psychology and the human element of trading. We take a deep dive into different perspectives to inspire you and help you navigate the emotional ups and downs of trading with self-compassion and confidence. Whether you're just starting out or you are a seasoned pro, this podcast is your trusted companion providing support on your trading journey. Get ready to boost your confidence and unlock the secrets to mastering your mindset for success. Welcome to episode 63, the biggest roadblocks traders face and how to break through them. Today, I'm joined once again by someone many of you already know, Jermaine Magruder, better known as the Strat Soldier. Jermaine has been a powerful voice in the trading community, not only for his deep knowledge of the Strat, but also for the way he supports and uplifts other traders. Jermaine, we have stayed connected over the past couple of years on Twitter, and I have always appreciated the encouragement and the perspective that you bring to this space. And last time you were here, you shared powerful lessons on discipline and cutting losses. This time, I am so excited to dig into something just as important, the biggest obstacles that keep traders from making real progress. Welcome back, Jermaine.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited now. That was a great intro.
I'm trying.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, bring him in. Who is this guy? He's great.
Yeah, it was, can you believe it was already 2 years ago? I was looking it up. It was September 22nd to be precise. So guys, if you haven't heard the first episode with Jermaine, please check it out. It was 2 years ago. So we have been on air for a long time. So I'm really happy
Yeah,
to
that's
have you
awesome.
back.
Yeah, you said episode 63. That's amazing to keep going. And I swear, if you would, I would have said last year, but I got to believe you because you looked it up.
Yeah,
That's it's weird how the market like continues. Like I had this perspective of time, and it felt like it went forever until I started trading. And then sometimes it feels like it takes forever, and then sometimes it's like it's already the third quarter. Like it's
right,
it's
right.
a totally different mindset. It's
The
different.
summer went so fast, and I totally agree. Like,
It.
probably that's why they say time is relative. And it depends on which side of the toilet door you are.
That's pretty good.
So yes, I can totally
That's pretty
relate
good.
to that.
That is fantastic. It's been good. I'm glad to see you out there still too. I do watch you on Instagram. I do watch you. If you guys don't follow her on Instagram, definitely get there because those little clips, those little reels, those I like those a lot.
Thank you.
And then also like you said, there's your positive voice on Twitter is always there, and it keeps me on track too because we've had like the first quarter was not good in the markets. It was pretty rough. And it's easy to get out here, especially to on Twitter where nobody cares. It's like everybody's screaming in the hallway, but it's really easy to just be in the dumps and poopy pants. I'm gonna say that about things, and but to just say like right now, September, I'm telling people that follow me in September, like just do. I say take a break and do nothing. But there's other people that want to trade, and that's okay. But if you go back seasonality wise and look at the last 6 years, September has been red
Right.
and low volume. Like there's nothing going on in September. Take a break. Like this is a perfect podcast for someone that's just been trading and grinding and just
Right.
trading their account into the dirt and just like relax, let's figure it out. And you have a really good perspective too on how things like like maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way.
Hmm.
I love this. So this is a great topic.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
topic.
you. Yeah, and September is I totally agree with you. It's the time that to me almost feels like let's regroup. Let's regroup for the rest of the year and not just because the vacation is over, jumping into it and trying to, like, okay, I'm going to make money now because I'm back from vacation. I'm ready. It's
Yeah.
not school, right? Let's
Yeah.
just chill. Let's see what's going on before you
Yeah.
start making, because yes, we still have 4 months to go to the end of the year, and make sure you have a plan for those months, and you have to take time to make that plan, right? Not just something, oh, I just jump in. But yeah, that
Yeah.
urge to trade, huh?
Yeah, that urge to trade and that taking that break, I think, really helps mentally. Of course, you got that mental capital, and then I think it helps also when there are lulls in the fourth quarter because you got like the Santa rally. Everybody says, "Here comes the Santa
Right.
rally," and it's gonna go, but it's not. But sometimes you have those. Like last year was kind of lackluster. I think I'm pretty sure I had to look at the charts again, but I think it was pretty lackluster. And it's okay to, and when you've already taken a break the year and you come back and through the year and you come back and you go, the market's still here, everything's fine. And I tell people like, just, it's okay. It's Christmas time. I know you got the time off. I know you have the 3 days before Christmas and the market's still open. It's not the time to start slamming buttons. Like if you can, cool. It's more important to open up toys or gift wrap or do whatever and enjoy the holidays because you know the market's going to be there.
Yeah.
So, um,
And it's so easy to break that holiday
yeah,
spirit. Like if you just
yep,
before your Christmas, you're gonna take big losses. How are you
yeah,
gonna celebrate your Christmas? You're not gonna be happy. Simply you will sit
no,
there, going over your trades and why did you do that? And if you don't
yeah.
have that resilience, it's gonna be tough, right?
Yeah. And now Christmas Day comes and you're talking to your daughter, your daughter's toy. Susie talks a lot, and you're telling her about your problems. And she's rolling her eyes. You know you're in trouble when the doll's like, oh gosh, here's this guy again. Throwing it back.
Yeah, I actually I like the topic we started talking about because that urge to trade is one of the biggest obstacles as well. So if you
Hmm.
do you notice that in your community that it's not just urge to trade when the market opens, but in general, like when you take when
Yeah.
there's a day off. And I remember for myself at the very beginning, like I was unhappy on Friday. I was like waiting for Monday to come back. Like I could not really enjoy my weekend because I was taking losses and I wanted to make them back. So Monday was like, okay, when is it coming? That urge to be there.
Yeah.
Do you notice that in your community? Do you have people who would suffer from that?
Yes, I do see that. And so when I do like a one-on-one session or somebody or just somebody brand new and they talk to me in the email and stuff, um, through email, I'm sorry. Yeah, the one of the things I break is the idea of soon as it's 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, you should be hitting buttons. Like, no, we need to wait 15 minutes, like let the smoke clear because and I tell people it's 9:30. People are trying to get in things, people trying to get out of things.
Right,
That's the biggest problem. People trying to get out,
right,
and then people don't know what they're doing, so they're just, pushing buttons. You don't want to be caught up in that. So yeah, I know some people, this is all audio, so I'm going to try and be as visually as I can. But we all know that one candle on, let's just, I don't know, Netflix. I'm going to pick something.
right,
And it goes straight up right at 9:30. And then 15 minutes later, you're like, oh, I missed it. And then 15 minutes later, it comes straight back down and it's red the rest of the day.
right,
And you like, oh, I finally did it. I finally got a hold of Netflix on blah blah blah, and I'm making X money, and all this money, X amount, and then like I said, the next 15 minutes later, straight down in your face, and you're mad the rest of the day, and because you're not going to get out because you finally achieved your goal of getting in as soon as the bell
right,
rings, and now
right.
you're stuck.
Yeah,
So and hopefully, so anyway, hopefully, I'm also showing them like, hey, when it does that, you got to cut it. So we already talked about losses on the last show,
right.
cutting losses. But yeah, I think to go along, yeah, just wait 15 minutes, and then I since we've talked, we've had a guest on that showed us how to trade open range breakout, and he says wait 30 minutes, and that still lines up with the strat, which is mostly a focus on, and it actually is my focus, but wait 30 minutes, like just wait a half an hour. And I did a training video for my members. I'm like, watch this for 30 minutes. You're just gonna listen to me talk. And they were live charts, but it was all a recording. I'm recording the live. I'm like, watch. And then I'm like, see, and I'm going through examples of these trades are still good. These trades that started out great are now junk. Like, just wait 30 minutes. Just wait. I think that's very
Right.
important. Hmm.
And I think that's the most difficult thing for people to wait, because I don't know about you, but a lot of traders that I speak to, they have trouble being patient.
Hmm.
Patience is like this virtue that most people don't have, right? And
Yeah.
it's, kind of logical, because if you see at the amount of stimulation and triggers and everything that is going on these days, not just in the market, but in general,
Hmm.
patience is not something that's, that you are developing or practicing,
Yeah.
because there's this squirrel syndrome, and then there's this shiny object and this shiny object. It's like being patient is really something that not many people get a chance to practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Market is definitely teaching you that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of proverbs out there too, like, I can't think of one about being slow, but he who hesitates is lost. Everybody, so I'm like, I can't hesitate because I need to get on it because I see it.
Yeah.
There's my signal. But the worst thing, I'll say jumping in, I'll switch. I had different orders on these, but I'm gonna switch from one of mine to one of the obstacles I see is people doing cute stuff. And what I mean by cute stuff is they will, okay, I know we're not supposed to trade right at the bell, but I see it working. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on it anyway. And because I see it working on the 2 minute chart, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Do you ever trade the 2 minute charts? Never. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. So they start doing cute stuff, and sometimes it works. Sometimes if you
Yeah.
break your rules, you will win. You will. But
And that's a problem,
it is a
right?
problem because the next time the trade comes, now you're out of that trade, you made $200 or whatever it is. You had a good day. Now tomorrow, now it's time to trade again, and you're thinking, do I stick to my rules or do I break them? So yeah,
Right.
I tell people if you break your rules and it's a win, you still lost because you're like you're crossing your wires, you're messing your brain up.
Absolutely. Such a great perspective, because you are actually building a bad habit and you get rewarded for it.
Yeah,
So you tell yourself it worked last time. The problem is that if you are trying to build consistency, which is the only way to actually be successful long term, it's very hard to repeat something consistently if it's like on a whim
yeah,
type of thing. You're just jump in. There is no rule, there is no strategy, there is no plan. Like, how are you gonna be able to repeat that
yeah.
consistently the same way? You won't. And that's the problem. So being rewarded for your bad behavior, it just creates extra bad habits then you have to deal with later on.
Yeah, I
And
had
that's what brings people into trouble.
Yeah, I had a trader I was talking to, similar type of situation we're talking about. Trades futures, and he was talking about trading discipline, and he said, I thought it was an amazing quote. Zeus Trades is the guy's name. He says luck is not repeatable. Like
Right.
you can't. He has a little bit more elegant way of saying it, but basically what it comes down to, luck is not repeatable. So why would I reward myself for getting lucky? Sometimes that's going to come to one of my other points too. But we're talking about two different things. Right now, we're talking about, I don't want to talk about two different things, but right now we're talking about waiting for the market to open, let them open, let your candles develop, let your strategy say, okay, now I don't trade indicators, but maybe you do. So like, let the price move above your VWAP or your SMAs or whatever you use. Let the MACD, let the wait till it actually crosses and it actually does what you're looking for, and it's
Right.
holding. Okay, now I'm going to get in. Okay, now it's working, as opposed to just slamming buttons, um, and just jumping in on something. Okay, well, why'd you lose on this trade? Well, I got in because, well, show me where you got in at. Well, I just jumped in. You're like, oh, okay, you just jumped in.
Yeah, yeah, the impulse, right? The impulsive behavior, which
Hmm.
is uh yeah, which is so easy triggered by you watching the movement, especially if you are watching the movement on a lower time frame,
Hmm.
because there is so much coming at you and it's
Yeah.
so easy to jump in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it feels like that. Yeah, it feels like, yay, we're winning. And when it works, there is that like, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel it's like a buzzing feeling. Like it feels electric. And maybe
Yeah,
this is a terrible pep talk on or a terrible talk on not, not jumping in on stocks because it does feel good, but it's not consistent. You can't repeat it, and you will not build wealth. You will not build your account doing that. You'll have
yeah,
that same feeling as you're watching the red candle go all the way down. That same feeling, but the meaning is reversed, and you're like, you got that deer in the headlights look, and you're not getting out for some reason. You can't because you're paralyzed.
right. Yeah, you're paralyzed, you freeze, your nervous system is just blocking you from taking action.
Hmm.
And that rush that you're talking about and that feeling is like you get a hit from drugs basically,
Yeah.
which in fact on a physical level you do, because you get this dopamine rush, you get the adrenaline,
Yep.
and it can be very exhilarating and it feels good. The only thing is that those chemicals are putting you in a state of invincible,
Hmm.
overconfident. So once you even take that one win, now how are you going to keep that in that state? Because what most of the time happens is you take another trade because now you're running on those drugs, and so
Yeah.
to say, and now you think like, oh my god, I can do this again, and that's where you give it away, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. And man, that's really good. That was a really good description. I'm glad you said drugs because I was trying to stop myself from saying that.
No,
we
but
always
it kind of is.
it
We
is.
get the
Well,
hit, right? And your body is gonna, the more you do that, the
hmm.
problem with it also is that your chemical balance, your body gets used to it.
Yeah.
So it's the more often you do it, it's gonna be requesting that balance.
Hmm.
People are like extreme sports.
Hmm.
These people have
Adrenaline.
heightened level
Yeah.
of adrenaline,
Hmm.
and for them this is a normal state, and everything else just feels boring. So they have to go to more and more and more extreme,
Yeah. Yeah.
and to fulfill their body need for that hit that they get to feel really happy and satisfied.
Yeah, and it's usually a 20 something male or female that has never lost big before. That's usually what it is. They've never, they think they learned they took a couple classes of karate and they think they can win because they did a couple, they did win a couple fights, but then because they ain't never been beat up before. Once they get beat
Right,
up, they're like, nah, maybe and because that's when you really start learning, that's when you
right,
like go watch old films of YouTube videos of Muhammad Ali. Like Muhammad Ali was always a good boxer. Like he never really got like pummeled, but he wasn't. It wasn't till he started fighting. Oh shoot. Oh, Joe Frazier, that's what it was. It wasn't until he started fighting Joe Frazier where he starts getting knocked down that he changed his strategy. Then he came up with the rope-a-dope system. Then he came up with all these different strategies to fight Joe Frazier because Joe Frazier was the only boxer that can knock him down, boxer that can knock him down. So what I'm trying to say is you will feel invincible for a while, but then the market will change. All right. Like the first few months of this market was April and May were really bad. Like people were talking about, the market crashing and going all the way back down to
right.
400, 300. Like people were, how they are on Twitter. Um, but and the people that are used to just buy the dip, it wasn't working. When me and you were talking back in 2022, people made money in 2020, people made in 2021 because things were just going to the highs. But then 2022 came in. Golly, so many 20s. It just went straight down, and the buy the dip people were losing because it wasn't working anymore. It was
Yeah,
not. Um, so, like I said, getting cute, thinking that a little something, something, and then you don't have to worry about the rules. You can just buy whatever you want, and it's going to go up. And that's not. you're going to get messed up. And that's when you start losing money, that's when you're like, oh man, I need to find somebody who's going to teach me how to trade for real. Because
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And I think that that's one of the things that I see, actually wasn't on my list, but you totally inspired me, is trying to learn through your own mistakes. I
yeah,
think that actually prolongs the learning curve. It's
really.
like
Okay.
every single trader completely ignores all the lessons that are being told to him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, like you just said, right?
Yeah.
Listen, you got to have a plan. You got to follow the plan. Stay away. It's like, yeah, yeah, I'll see. I'll see.
Yeah.
And then there's this belief that you have to actually experience the pain on your
Mhm.
own skin in order to learn something. Like, well, yeah, but that's why you are constantly at the same place, because you are not learning
Yep.
from the pain of other people, right?
Yeah.
Is that logical, you think?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And that goes straight to my second one. And jumping strategies. I think when people it gets starts to get hard, like I was, I don't know, I was let's just say for example, I was on the trading mindset or trading mindset coach and she was telling me you should trade SMAs like this. So I did it for a couple months and it's just not working. So then I went to Jermaine and he teach me the strat, but I really don't understand time frame continuity. So now I'm doing some ICT weird voodoo crap. You guys can't see it because this is audio only, but I got the biggest smile right there. So, and now you're in, and it's going to be 6 weeks to 3 months before you're tired of that because you don't understand order blocks and whatever, all that other stuff they talk
Right.
about. So jumping strategies, I think, is another obstacle big time. It starts to get hard,
Totally.
so they jump strategies.
Yeah. So they don't really give it a chance
Hmm.
for it to work
Hmm.
or to even fine tune. And the crazy thing is on the subconscious level. So from the mindset perspective, how it works is when you switch to another strategy, it gives you this false sense of progress,
Hmm.
because now you have a feeling you're learning something new
Yeah.
that's going to be better. Your dopamine is helping you to imagine how better it's going to be. And because the other thing became a little bit more difficult, you didn't see results. So instead of diving into that and seeing why is it not working, because other people can make it work, why can I not make this work, right? Because
Yeah.
that's usually the case.
Yeah.
And instead of fine tuning it, you start from scratch. And then you have that feeling of like, oh, now I'm going to learn something new and this is going to work. So you have this false sense of progress, but then you actually set the clock to zero and you start all over.
Wow, that's an interesting perspective. I like that. I never thought about it. I thought about it as jumping strategies as like, you know, um, slowing you down, but never starting to zero. No, I agree. I 100% agree. That's really good. I'm gonna steal that. That was really good.
Please do so.
No.
But I mean, don't you agree that like when you start with a new strategy, because it's not about the strategy, yes, you have to learn how to trade it, but in the end, it is about how you trade it.
Yeah, it's
So
in
the trader is the variable, right?
Yeah, it is. And then because a new strategy, it's going to be new terminology, new terminology, new way to look at the charts, new all this stuff. And you still end up have in the back of your mind all this other stuff that you jumped out of. And then
Right.
and then the new thing is going to get hard and you're going to use, and hopefully you don't do this, but I've seen this where you start justifying holding a losing position based on other strategies. Like, well, it didn't really work on this unicorn
So
diamond
good.
Mars strategy, so now I'm going to use the Pluto,
Right.
revolution cyclic harmonic thing. I'm like, you're just holding.
I so recognize this. I so recognize this. I remember myself doing that. It's like, oh, I'm trading this setup, but you know what? Now it starts looking like this setup. So
Yeah,
maybe it will work. And
yeah,
then you're just like making cases in your head and,
yeah.
just creating those scenarios, which is total BS, because you are you're just trying to justify and avoid the pain of taking the loss.
Yeah.
This is really what
Yeah.
it is.
When
And
people
lying to
start
yourself.
yelling turtle soup, I'm like, nope, I don't know what. Nope, you're. Have you heard that turtle soup? Oh
I've heard
man.
turtle soup, but I don't know in what context is
It's
that?
like I think it's cup and handle, when it's doing this, it's kind of
Oh,
for the people out there, it's kind of curving up, rounding and coming back up, just hold it, it's going to come back up, that type of thing. Turtle soup is
oh.
going to move
So
slow.
is the cup and handle now called turtle soup?
I don't know. But I'm just
Okay,
saying they
yeah,
come
let's
up with
start changing names. That's gonna be
it's just
confusing.
so much stuff, it's just so
Yeah,
much, people coming up with new names all the time. So yeah, jumping. So
yeah,
that just comes back to the point, jumping strategies. I like what you said. It feels like progress because it does. It does feel like
yeah.
progress. I'm studying for my CMT, Chartered Market Technician, and so I get that certification. And yeah, the next
That's
chapter,
awesome.
you're like, oh, okay, we're going to learn point and figure. And it does feel like you're like, oh, okay, I could probably use this and things like that. And I never had a problem with it. So it's not affecting my trading, but I do learn other things. And I'm like, I can see how this could work. And but I've been doing the strat so long, but the gears start turning is what I'm saying. You're like, oh,
Right.
maybe I can, buy zero DTE and try to swing them.
Yeah. I mean,
Which is
you
not you
know,
can't do.
exactly, exactly. Like making your day trade a swing trade and pretend you actually always meant it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I got one more. If you got one, you got another one. What you got?
Obstacle. So this is more general mindset related thing, mindset of lack.
Oh,
So
okay.
people are stuck a lot of times in where they are, even though they know that if they would have maybe find someone to help them, whether it would be mentor or a coach or working on their mindset, their psychology, or maybe even you know getting into a group where they will have someone to bounce their ideas, whatever help it is, whatever they need, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't do it because they say, I don't have the money.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
in the meantime, they throw money with buckets and take losses. And then they say, I don't have the money. So for me, it's like, well, okay, you don't have the money, so I assume you're gonna stop trading, right? Oh no, I'm not gonna stop trading.
I like
Okay,
that.
so you're just gonna continue
Yeah.
doing the same thing, knowing it's not working, right?
I like that. I think it was today, maybe yesterday, but definitely I think it was today. Because I see so much stuff. But I think that's go along with a reel that I saw from you about this person says, well, I don't have the money to start trading, but at the same time they got 4 or 5 different streaming accounts. Like
Right,
they just bought their dog a brand new leather hat.
right, right, exactly. So it matter of priorities,
Yeah, it's
right?
my
Like,
priorities. And I tell people like it's okay to be a small account trader. Build it up. Like it's September. Now's a good time to start learning how to read charts and start an account and then put a little bit of money in an account and then build it up. And then just keep building it up. No one's telling you to put all your life savings. I'm not anyway telling anybody to put all their life savings in
oh my God,
the
no, absolutely
trading.
not.
And
Especially these days when you can have a prop firm account,
yes.
it's like,
Yes.
don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. So, um, yeah, yeah, start small.
And I think that whole scarcity
Oh yeah, lack.
um
Mm-hmm. Yep.
lack thinking is not understanding that if you're attempting to build a new career, doesn't matter whether it's trading, you want to become a lawyer, doctor, or whatever, there is a certain investment to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's money, time, and effort,
Yep.
right? But in trading, somehow there is this misconception that you can just open your trading account and suddenly you're there. You're like, I'm just going to start making money. And I noticed that $10,000 is that magic amount that people want to make per month. I don't know where it comes
Yeah, yeah,
from, why
yeah.
$10,000, but it
Yeah.
seems to be the magic number.
Yes.
And so for me, I'm thinking if I want to make $10,000 a month, I should be able to invest at least 9.5. I will still be up, especially in the first month, right?
Yeah.
For me to be able to make this 10,000.
Yeah.
But when you bring it like that to someone, they're like, oh no. I don't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
So it's just that kind of focusing on lack, like I don't have it,
Yeah,
will
and
never bring you the money you want.
well, yeah, that I think lack, well, that also causes overtrading too, because it's like it's the lack, it's the, well, I'm not, I don't make as much money as she does, or I don't make as much money as he does, so I'm just
Right.
going to keep, it's the lack, and then that goes back to, I like what you're talking about, being a doctor. Like it takes 7 years of
Right.
good, you know, school work and study to be a doctor, like at the low level,
Right.
basic doctor. And
Right.
people think they can just watch a few YouTube videos that are for free and go, I don't know how to trade. And it's not like that. It's not. It might get you started. I did the same thing. I did the same thing. I like watching all these YouTube videos, trying to figure it out. But then I found, then I started losing money, and I was like, I need to find a coach that's going to show me how to do this for real. And that's where I found Rob Smith at. And
Yeah.
somebody that's going to be dedicated to showing me what I did wrong, someone I can get a hold of. Here's my email or whatever it is, however they, maybe it's video calls and all that
Right.
stuff too. But this is what I did wrong. What did I, how did I mess this up? I followed the rules. What happened? And they could go, okay, well, what, they could tell you those things that we're talking about now, like jumping in the trades or just jumping in too early, or trying to be cute. And that kind of goes to hesitation, just straight up hesitation. I think that's my last point I got so far anyway, I think, unless something comes up, but hesitating. People will learn a strategy and then they see the charts moving and the candles moving and the setup is there and they just don't push the ask button. They just won't do it. They're just afraid to take another hit, so they just watch it.
Yeah. 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 And that actually goes fantastic with my last point, because hesitation, as you say, comes from fear.
Hmm.
And when you decide to become a trader, what most people do not realize is that the trading environment is a probability environment.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing for certain. And when things become uncertain, people hesitate
Mm-hmm.
naturally
Yeah.
because they want to avoid the risks. In trading, if you avoid the risk, you will not make money.
Yeah.
So it's like you say, okay, yes, I want to be here, I want to perform here and operate in this environment, but I just don't want to play by the rules because it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah. Or it takes too long. Me
Or
me
it takes too
figuring
long.
out my risk is not as fun as me hitting the buttons, buying five contracts on this thing. So yeah, it doesn't, yeah. So yeah, that was, keep going. That was good. That was good. I had it and
Yeah.
I lost it, but I have it. I got it. It's in there. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Okay. Well, don't worry, we'll pick it up. So yeah, so before hitting that button, right?
Hmm.
A lot of traders want the certainty.
Yes.
They want to know that it will work. And unfortunately, you cannot know that it will work. And you still have to hit that button. And that's why the trading plan and the strategy is your sort of a insurance policy,
Yeah.
so that you have at least an idea that if your trades will not work out for some time or several times, like how many times, what's the margin, what's the probability that in the end you will be profitable.
Yep.
But because of that fear, you have the opportunity to have this insurance policy, but you throw it away because it feels uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
do whatever you can, like guys who are listening, to practice being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It sounds maybe strange, but you can actually practice it. And I can tell you there's plenty of opportunities in your life to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, you don't like going to big parties, parties where you don't know people. It feels uncomfortable. And you're like, say to your wife, I hate it. I don't want to go. Go.
Yeah.
Literally go, expose yourself to the discomfort and try to feel how you can find something for yourself that will make you okay. That even though you feel discomfort, you can still be there without losing your mind or losing your temper. or being all annoyed, because discomfort will trigger your emotions. And if you don't practice it in a daily life, it will definitely take over in trading, because uncertainty is the environment, period.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And I like that. I like what you're saying, like anchor it, like create those references in your mind, like like outside of trading. That's really cool. I
Right.
like that. I like that. And you could do that just as simple as like you're at Starbucks, you go to the Starbucks all the time and you see that person always, oh, they get the same thing all the time, but today it's raining and they're soaking wet. I'm going to say something funny that they might not laugh. They're probably not going to laugh, and then you say it anyway. Say the dumb thing
Right.
anyway, and then the most magical thing that can happen is they laugh, you laugh, everybody's having a good time, and it's a moment that was fun, and you conquered that feeling of doing something like you said uncomfortable, and you help somebody else feel a little better. But then I always tell people have a stop. Oh, that's why we have stops. We have stops.
Exactly.
So in the physical world, real world, your stop is I'm going to say this dumb thing, and if it's not funny, or I'm going to stop talking. Or if I make the person mad because I was just trying to be funny, but they're not, they didn't think it was fun, I'm going to buy their coffee. That's it. There's your stop.
Right.
If you want to stop, there's your stop. I'm at the party and that I don't know anybody at, I don't know anybody at this party. I tried really hard. I was here for like 40 minutes. I here's my stop. Here's my time stop. I'm getting out
Right.
of this thing. And that's
Right.
okay.
Right. No, and that's a great point. That's a great point.
Mhm.
Have a plan,
Yeah,
right?
have a
What is your
plan.
plan? Have
Yeah.
an exit plan with every situation. And
Yeah.
this will give you the feeling of feeling more comfortable.
Hmm.
I like to practice discomfort every day when I do yoga. So yoga is a great way to practice discomfort also from the mental perspective, because if you are getting in a position that's difficult, where you feel like your body is going to break, probably you went too far. But if you are just, kind of extending yourself a little bit,
Hmm.
the best way to handle it is breathe through it. That's why breathing is so crucial when you are trading, because you are regulating your nervous system
Yeah.
with breathing. In yoga, when you extend yourself beyond your comfort zone, you start breathing, and then you will see that your body will relax and help you to go a little bit further, because we cannot perform mentally or physically if we are in stress, because our body contracts and our body produces stress hormones, and those things are blocking you from actually making steps forward. So whatever you can to get used to that discomfort, whether it is physical or mental discomfort, I know that they are going together. So once you have mental discomfort, you will start feeling things in your body, so that works together. The cool thing
Yeah.
is you can approach it from the body perspective through breathing, for example,
Yeah.
and you will see that your mental discomfort is going to ease as well.
Yeah, I'm a runner, so that's where
There you go.
breathing's a big thing with running. And if you're taking these really short breaths, but you're trying to run fast at the same time, you're not going to last very long. Like you have to train yourself to take these long, slow breaths, even as you're running at a pretty good pace. Um, and no, that definitely helps in trading too. Like, just slowing your mind down. Um, and I'm gonna say a word. I'm not a scientist, but what's the when they say when you're in a really stressful situation or like even mad, like your amygdala, was it the front of was it the amygdala or
There's an
the
amygdala and there's a frontal lobe. They're two
yeah.
different things. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You
Yeah.
don't want the, I'm gonna say the lizard, you don't want the lizard brain to take over because then now your frontal cortex is not making any decisions and you're not saying, okay, I need to cut this trade, or you can't even like some people describe it as seeing red. You just see red, you're just mad. You can't really, but as you're sitting there pounding on your desk or whatever it is, you're mad. You still didn't hit the stop, but you still didn't get out of your trade. You're still in the trade while you're having this little fit. Like get out of the trade. Get out of the trade. Then you can go have your fit. Then you can go have your fit.
You're bleeding, like stop cutting your hand even more,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stop the bleeding first. Then you can say, "Wow, today was terrible."
That's definitely something that I notice a lot with traders who come to me, the red is like the bull, like when I see red, I feel like a
Yeah.
bull and I just have to charge and fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So going back, yeah, just hesitation to get in a trade was what I see. And now that I'm listening to you, hesitating to get out of a trade, because it could come back.
Right.
I've done this before. I've seen this happen before, and it came back, and I missed it. I think that's a lot of traders' frustration, especially if they've done it for a while. Um, they will get in a trade, they get stopped out almost immediately, and then it goes without
Yeah.
them. I'm like, just find a way back in, find a way back in. And that takes training too. That does take training. Um, and then I think I talked about this in our last show, but I'm gonna bring it up again. In the strat, what I teach people, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit of strat
Go
jargon,
ahead.
just a little bit, but hammer goes enforced. Now hammer. The next live bar is trading above the hammer. I know what
Absolutely.
hammers are. So it's moving up. It's great. It's doing great. You got your stop pretty low, or not pretty low, but just
Hmm.
below the hammer. All right, just below the head of the hammer. Now the price is way up here. So now you put your stops even because the trade's working. So if it goes against you, gets stopped out even, everything's okay. But then as the price keeps going, say the first hour is great, second hour keeps going up. All right, awesome. Now we got something we can hold. 3, 4 hours in the end of the day. Now the next day it's still going. Now this is more like a swing trader approach. The next day stock is still good. You can start pushing your stops above your entry, and then start pushing it up those candles. Or I like to use a parabolic stop and reverse. I say wait till the dots get above your entry, then you can start pushing your stops up the dots. Then you'll get to a point where you get stopped out because the price is no longer trading to the highs. They're taking their profits, you know, and now you're getting stopped out with profit. That's a different feeling. Now you're switching your brain. Now things are kind of switching in your mind. Like, wait a minute. I used to hear. Yeah, this is going to be all audio, but you used to hear your phone and go, "Oh, dang it! I just got stopped out of this trade," and you go to your mad routine. But now it means something different. That same beep beep means something different. It means
Right.
you just made money. Like so, it's a different feeling. So but you don't get that. You don't get to that point if you're jumping your strategies, if you're getting cute, if you're just hesitating, to get in the trade or hesitating to get out of the trade.
Yeah.
um, I think, you don't get to that point uh, if you're not willing to get through the hard
Right.
stuff, and I don't mean lose a bunch of money. That's not the hard, that's not the hard stuff I'm saying. I'm saying, like you said, um, if you can't afford this or that, that means you're going to stop trading, right? That's hard for someone that's been doing it every day to go, I'm going to stop trading for a week, you know?
It's the hard decisions, right?
Yeah.
The hard part are the decisions that you are required to make in order to make trading work.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some hard decisions that you might not like at first, but
Mm-hmm.
if you want to make money, and you see that when you were talking about trading the stop, um, when you have the lack mindset,
Mm-hmm.
that is one of the things that stops people from trading the stop, because when they get stopped out, not at the very highs,
Yeah.
which, I mean, what's the chance, right?
Yeah.
That you will take the top,
Yeah.
but consistently, you
Mm-hmm.
might take the top, but
Yeah.
not consistently. Then you will always look at, oh, I got stopped out. I could have taken more money.
Mhm.
So that
Yes.
feeling of
Yes.
reward is very different, right? So that lack mindset is actually
Yes.
telling you, oh, next time I will wait. And
Mm-hmm.
then you wait too long, you don't get out, and
Yep.
then you lose money. And then you tell yourself, maybe it will come back. And then I will take that money for sure when it gets back. But that's lost case too, because then it does turn around. It goes back to that high. And you're like, oh, now I'm not going to get out because maybe it goes higher. So it's just this constant dialogue in your head that is messing up with you. Just make a plan, follow the plan, and you'll be okay. But you really
Yeah.
got to make the decision for yourself to really be committed to your plan and committed to your long-term goal, which is, not I want to make $200 today or every day, because that's the employee mindset, right? Not the
Hmm.
trading mindset.
Ooh, I like that. I like that too.
Like,
I,
yeah,
I
we don't get paid as traders, we don't get paid every day. We
hmm
might for time being, but we have days that we are losing money, right? And that's that's okay too. You're really looking at
Yeah,
the bigger picture. That's not
yeah.
like, oh, I need to get paid every day, because now you're forcing. When the opportunity is not there, you will be forcing.
Yeah. Oh, I like that a lot. That's really good. I was talking to Michael Noss. He's a really good trader, the CMT guy as well. And he was talking about taking breaks is really good because like a boxer, I'm going back to the boxer
Mhm.
metaphor. I think it's pretty good for what we do. Um, a boxer can't box every weekend. You know, he can't box and then he can't do it every day. Like they take
Right.
breaks, they train, you know, there's a big event. It's going to be on HBO, if HBO Max now. But I mean, you know, it's a big event, you know, big boxing, but it took like 6 to 8 months to get to that point. Like they don't box every
Right.
weekend. They, you know, you
Right.
know. So I wanted to say that.
But they also don't sit still in
Yeah.
between. They still put the
Yes.
work in, just not boxing on, in the ring with competing with other people, right? They still
Train.
train, they still follow their
Yeah.
diet, their routine. And that's the same with trading. When you trade, doesn't mean you have to push buttons. Trading consists of so many other things.
Yep. Yep, that is true. Two more points I want to make, and I definitely want to get back to the longevity one.
Okay.
But another point I wanted to make was in school they told you, you know, you were talking about the certainty that before I hit the button, I gotta be certain I'm gonna make money. Like school taught us to, which is not bad, but school taught us to be, you gotta have 95% or 100% to be an actual winner. So people take
Right.
that same mindset into trading and thinking, I got to get A's every time I trade.
Totally.
But all you have to do is be a D student to make money in trading. That's it. All you need is 60%. That's it. And people,
Right.
you know, and you will be profitable. You just have to have 60%. And that's probably more realistic trade approach to trading anyway, because you're not going to bat 100, average 100 every time. You're not going to win every trade. You're going to have some winning trades. You're going to have some losing trades. You're going to have those trades that go straight back to break even, and you make nothing. And that's not a problem either. Stopping, I definitely want to say for your people, stopping out break even is not a loss. You lost nothing. You protected your capital.
Right.
That's good.
Right. Like nothing happened, right? And I think
Yeah.
that the difference is to understand that there is part in this equation that we don't control. Like if Michael
Hmm.
Jordan is gonna like was practicing,
Yeah.
putting the ball in the hoop, and it was up to him how long he practices, and every time the same way. So perfect, you can perfect it, right?
Yeah.
But now it would be different if the hoop would be moving every time, right?
Yeah.
There would be a part of that equation that would not be controllable by him. So the same with trading. Yes, you can perfect your moves, your strategy, but the market is moving. It's this
Hmm.
moving target. So
Yep.
you cannot have the 100%. So don't even try, because that
And
would be pretty much that the same way as with the basketball.
yep, it's going to be, and the moving thing is in trading is someone wants to get on the microphone and talk about interest rates, or someone wants to talk about tariffs, or someone wants to talk about something. So you know what?
There's
Uh,
always
uh,
something. Report.
Cracker Barrel in the stupid logo. Like, wait a minute. Oh, and then also earlier this year with when Apple said we're not going to use Google anymore,
Oh
Google
yeah.
dropped like $10-15 in less than 15
Yeah.
minutes.
I
Like
remember.
people, it happens. People news comes out and people go, they just like, well, what happened?
Right. Right.
So those news events happen. So I'm going to definitely bring that into what you're saying about longevity. Like there's variables, things are going to happen. I like your employee mindset thing. I like that. But I'm going to dovetail that into I've been telling people, what are you doing so you're still trading in 2030? Like, what are you doing
Mm,
right now so you're still trading in 5 years?
so
Because
good.
me and you know, I started trading in 2019 that I've never seen ever again after, I don't know, 2022. Never, you don't hear about them again. Not on Twitter, not on anything. They're gone,
Yeah.
and I know
Yeah.
people that whether they're, students or, other fellow traders, and they just disappear. They just disappear. And so I'm like, what are you doing so you're still trading in 2030?
Yeah.
And um it makes you think, like, like you said, longevity. Like, okay, maybe I had some rough trades today. I didn't lose a lot. I had small losses. That's good. What can I do to improve? And like for me, I'm taking a break in September. I'm just, I'm still monitoring some open positions. But I'm telling everybody, take a break, learn something, take a course. Get with Miss Wood over here, learn something, learn
Well,
something. Get
I
that
just started my group programs was last this year. So sorry
good.
guys, this one is closed, but I do have do it yourself program you
Yeah,
can
yeah, do
always
it.
begin with and get ready for the next round in March.
Yes.
Um, yeah, and I love how you say it, like how like really bringing that long-term perspective into it, and then bringing that same type of thinking into every day and into every week. How do
Yep.
I want to feel at the end of today? How do I want to close my week feeling wise? How do I want to, like, on Friday morning, right? Fridays are such crucial days because you either try to make it better than the whole week, or you try to recover all the losses so that you can close the week green,
Yes.
right? So Fridays are very tricky.
Yeah,
But ask always yourself, like, how do I want to feel at the end of today? Like, how do I want to end up that day?
I like it. I like that a lot. That's smart. And that's still long-term trading, because in the beginning of the day, you're like, okay, what am I doing here? What am I? It's in. Let's just say, for example, here's really nice big green bar on Thursday, and then Friday opens up right in the middle of the range of the previous day. So I tell my people inside day, go do something else. Take the kids to the zoo. You go to the movies. Go do something
Right.
else and sometimes that usually happens on Fridays. We also sometimes we call it profit takey Fridays, because the people are taking profits, and that's when the ZODTE people really jump out. Lotto Fridays. So Fridays can be messy. And then for the options
Yeah.
traders, you got one of those quad witching days.
Oh yeah, of
There's all
course.
kind of weird days for options traders you got to watch out for.
Right, right. Yeah. And the employee mindset comes here in as well. Like if you say to people, go and take a day off, go and play or
Mhm.
with the kids or go to the beach, there is part of many people, there's part that says, yeah, but I need to work, right? I need to
Yeah.
make money. So I need to be here.
Hmm.
And this is such a, like, trading is so different. Like the quicker you are able to detach from that thinking, I have to be there every day, I have to be there the whole day, I have to work hard for my money, the
Yeah.
easier it will be for you to actually make money.
Yep. It's true.
Because the more you push, the more you push it away from you. I see it
Mm.
all the time. The more you try to chase the money, the more it runs away from you. It is a very natural thing. Just think about the energy exchange with people, right? The more desperate you are in your relationship, the other person just want to get away from you. The more you squeeze, like, treat it as a sort of a snake, right? That
Yeah.
if you would squeeze a snake, it will bite you.
Yeah.
So you have to hold it, but not so loose that it will disappear. So there is a balance to everything.
I like
So
that.
bring in that
I'm
balance.
gonna have to remember that when I'm at home, we eat dinner. I'm like, my wife's gonna be like, why are you sitting way over there? I'm like, I'm trying not to be too desperate here. I'm sitting on this.
I'm trying to give you the room so that you can come to me.
Ah, that's a better way of saying that. Yeah, I need the accent too. So be like, oh, okay.
Right. That's awesome.
That's so much fun. It's so easy to talk to you, because I could tell, a trader can always tell one another traders, like they really do it. And that's what I like about talking with you, because you can tell, like, she really trades, and it's easy to talk to you, and it's fun, and I love it. And anytime you want to do this again, please let me know.
I love that too. I love that too, Jermaine. This is like I was so looking forward to our conversation because I knew it would be fun. And I love doing things for fun.
Yes.
So I have one goal many years that I have defined for myself. which was I never want to do the things that I have to. I don't want to have tos in my life. And I
Ooh,
have achieved that goal. I don't have tos. I only do the want tos in my life.
I like it.
And that has completely transformed my whole entire life being a relationships and everything in my life. So I recommend that.
Yeah, I like that too. I've tried to say I like what you're saying. I tried to say, well, like, man, I gotta go to work. Like, well, I get to go to work. Like I've tried,
Yeah.
sometimes it don't work. Like, no, I gotta go.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it don't
Yeah.
work.
I always say I want to. Like, oh,
Yeah, no, I
you know,
like
if
that a
for example,
lot.
if I'm busy with something and my husband says, so shall we, shall we do
Yeah,
something? And I'm like, yeah, I just want to finish this one more thing.
yeah, that's
And it just
fantastic.
makes it so easy, even if it's, sometimes, yes, I am tired and it's late. But when the moment that I say to myself, I want to, I also feel that way. And it's so much lighter. It's like
Wow,
I don't force myself to do things.
I like it.
So that
Uh,
makes it much easier.
I want my want tos. I like that. Want,
I want to.
writing it down. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I really enjoyed this. What really stood out for me in this conversation is that there are so many barriers to success, really. There are so many obstacles, but the biggest obstacle of all is the trader himself.
Hmm.
And everything that we have discussed is really within our own control. So if you guys have this, like, want to take just one main takeaway from this conversation today, know that you are the variable in the equation of your success in trading. And yes, you need solid strategy, you need the mindset to use that strategy, but you have the control over it. So the moment that you start working on yourself, and it doesn't have to be like, oh my God, now I have to, like, make it too big. Just one step at a time, really. As long as you begin, no matter where and how you begin, just start doing something. So not just taking, listen to this podcast and say, oh yeah, great podcast, and then you just continue the way you did before
Yeah.
and hope for the best. Because I can tell you, hope is not a good strategy, especially not in trading. And time is not in your favor, because the more you repeat the same behaviors, the same habits, the stronger they become. So, whatever you can, put your focus on changing even one thing. Maybe take some tips and ideas from what we have talked about, which Germaine gave a lot of good, great tips how you can begin. And yeah, and let us know. I mean, we are on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle?
I have I have a branding issue. It's I go by the Strat Soldier, but it's on Twitter it's Cyberdog2. Cyberdog2. It's a long story. I'll tell you one of these days. But it's Cyberdog2, and but you'll see me at Strat Soldier, you'll see the blue check mark. Look for the blue check mark. There's a lot of, I'm sure you got some weird,
I got some
fake
too. Yeah.
accounts too. Yeah, so look for the blue check mark. And I like how you said the trader is the variable, as opposed to saying the trader is the problem, because you don't want to beat yourself up. You don't want to get into
Mm-mm.
a situation where you're beating yourself up, even if you broke all the rules and did all the stuff, all the stupid stuff. You don't want to beat yourself up. You go, okay, I'm gonna figure it out. I know what I did, but I also need to look at what I didn't do right. You don't beat yourself up. You learn from it. You learn from it. So I like that a lot. The variable. I like that too. Very
Oh,
good.
yeah. That's why I teach compassionate discipline, which brings in that
Compassionate,
element of
compassionate
compassion.
discipline. That
Yeah.
sounds so cool. Hey, I'm gonna tell my kids that I'm showing you compassionate discipline.
And I can tell you that since I started teaching it, I definitely see how much quicker and how great it works with traders when they stop beating themselves up, how quickly they actually build the discipline that they need in trading instead of pushing themselves and beating themselves up. And,
Hmm.
it's much easier to follow the plan with compassionate discipline. So
I
we can
like
talk
that.
about it another time
I
because
like it. Well,
this
yeah, we'll
could
do that
be
on the next one. We'll do that
the
on the
whole
next one.
episode. So, Jermaine, Thank you so much for your time and for sharing your perspective with me and with everyone else who was listening. It has been absolute pleasure to have you here. And I hope that you will come back.
I will, definitely. Compassionate discipline. That's the next one.
That's awesome. And to everyone listening, if you have recognized yourself in any of these points that we have discussed, remember the most important step is deciding to face them now. So there is no point in waiting, as I mentioned, because to succeed in trading, you will eventually have to face all these fears and all these demons and things that stand in your way. So why waiting, right? Start with one small step at a time. This is how real progress begins. Thank you for listening to the Confidence in Trading podcast. If you are enjoying my show, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and tell me what you like about it. Thanks to you, more traders will be able to find me, and together we'll make a bigger impact. So thank you so much. If you are new to my show, don't forget to subscribe so you can come back for the next episode. And make sure to also check some of the previous shows. Thank you again for tuning in. This is Agnieszka Wood from Ahead Coach. Bye for now.